Namaskar and a very good morning. I am Pragya Lal Ranjan and I welcome you all to this edition of Bureaucrats India Dialogue Series. Bureaucrats India is India's most popular platform highlighting the stories of good governance by government, CPSEs, corporates, uh, among bureaucrats across India. We are honored to have with us Satwik Vyas, an officer of Indian Forest Services 2018 batch, currently serving as the Divisional Forest Officer of Dumka Territorial Division in Jharkhand. With over 7 years of experience in the services, he has worked across diverse responsibilities, from protecting forest and curbing wildlife-related crimes to promoting afforestation, agroforestry, and sustainable management of natural resources. His career reflects a deep commitment to ecological stability and building meaningful connections with local and tribal communities. Alongside his official duties, he has recently launched Book Baithak in Dumka, a community-driven literary platform that brings people together through books, dialogue, and shared learning. Let's hear from him about his unique initiative and his journey bridging forest, communities, and ideas. We welcome you, Mr. Satwik Vyas. Let's hear
Thank you
from
very much. Thank you very much for having me on this platform. Thank you.
So, first of all, we would like to know you have over 7 years of experience in the Indian Forest Service. Could you share what drew you to this career and some early experiences that shaped your approach to forest management?
If I be, if I remain honest to the people who are viewing this, actually, when we start civil services preparation, nobody actually knows what they are gonna do. So when I started my preparation during college days and after that, so choosing one service is very difficult because now when we have so many social media platforms and bureaucrats across services are putting their work on those social media platforms, still I am 110% sure that people who are preparing for it, they don't know what is the job inside like. So I'll not lie. I was preparing for civil services and simultaneously I was giving other exams also. Then I got selected in this, the very first, in my third attempt. And then I chose to stay in the service. And why I chose to stay in the service? Because forest, wildlife, ecology, this is something uh, there is a piece, I would say, that drew me to this service that we'll be working for peace towards peace.
That's great. That this tagline itself says too much. So now coming back to your this initiative, Book Bathak, what inspired the concept of Book Bathak, and why did you choose a completely open sharing format rather than a conventional book club?
Yes, actually, I read books a lot. So that is my hobby. And I was constantly reading, but and I am a part of a lot of online book clubs. But the main issue which I was feeling that I was not able to discuss my ideas. I was not able to discuss my books. And then I realized that there must be people in Dumka who were also reading and facing the similar issue. And so I proposed this idea to a professor here. And so then we thought of having a book club here that we will discuss offline. So we are already abundant with online information. It's so much on brain that we just move from one reel to another, one sensation to another sensation. So my inspiration was very simple that, okay, we'll make sure that people who love books, people who are reading books, they come on a similar platform and all of us speak. And now coming to the next part of the question, that why was it made a kind of a cosmopolitan nature? I'll tell you, because Dumka, where I'm posted, people are from very diverse religion, are from very diverse languages, and their economic background is very diverse. So if I put any bar on it, I will not be welcoming a very big part of the section or the society. And that is not the motive here. We have a park where which is run by forest department. So I had this asset under me, and that's how I thought, okay, we can. And park is a space where nobody feels unsafe.
Hmm.
It's so that was my first step, that I need a space which is friendly for all, men and women, ladies and gents and kids also. So, and the second step was they can bring anything apart from their school curriculum or college curriculum or exam centric approach which we have in India. So this was a simple case. And now we have people who are coming with their Bengali books. There are people who are coming with their Santhali books. There are school children of 11th class. They are coming with books on Abdul Kalam or A.B. Vajpayee. So this was my kind of dream key to provide a platform.
तो सात्विक, हम ये थोड़ा अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए आप बताएंगे कि हाउ टिपिकल डे इन बुक बैठक लुक्स लाइक। अगर मतलब लोग इकट्ठे होते हैं, वो अपने बुक को रिसाइट करते हैं या डिस्कस करते हैं, व्हाट इज दिस ऑल अबाउट?
So when all of us come, more or less, there are always 15 people minimum in a book battle.
डेली बेसिस पे इतने आते हैं?
No, we do it fortnightly. So
अच्छा।
why we do it fortnightly? Because there are some people who are not able to read as fast as I or other readers do.
बिल्कुल।
So they should not be feel less.
हम्म।
So we try to make it on a 15 days basis. And the next thing, you can bring any book if you are reading or if you want to read. You should have a physical copy of it. That is also a rule. With that book, you get a free entry in the park. Otherwise, there is a charge of ticket. So that book is your free ticket to the entry of park. Now, if you have read the book, and everyone is there, you summarize the book for us without spoiling the book, without giving any spoilers. You tell what it's about, whether it's sociology, it's economic, what is it, the story, and you actually sell the book. That why have you spent 2 weeks? Why did you spend those 2 weeks by reading that book? So
इन अ वे
they
वो
sell.
बुक को रेकमेंड करते हैं, बाकी लोगों को
Yes,
बुक रेकमेंड
yes.
करते हैं।
So they kind of recommend it. So everyone tries to, in 5 or 6 minutes, they try to recommend it. And if there is anything uh, they want to discuss, they did not understand, they put it in front of the group. So we don't take much time in the personal discussions. We ask readers to discuss among themselves, or if they have any issues, they can discuss outside the book club. More or less, we tell the summary, crisp summary, and then we recommend the book.
ग्रेट। सो मुझे लगता है कि इस डिजिटल टाइम में जब यूथ डाइवर्ट हो रहे हैं डिजिटल बुक्स की तरफ, ये फिजिकल बुक को प्रमोट करने का एक तरीका भी है, जहाँ पे हम थोड़ा सा उनको डाइवर्जन की तरफ बढ़ाने के लिए प्रमोट करेगा।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
जी। So what broader social or cultural changes do you hope Book Baithak foster in Dumka, particularly in terms of bridging social or gender divides?
Pragya ji, this is a very it's Book Baithak is a very small initiative that I took.
Hmm.
It has the potential to bridge all those things that you said, to bridge the gaps, but it is a very long journey. In one day, in 1 week, in 1 month, in 1 year, nobody can bridge the gaps that are there in the society. But my only hope is that people start asking questions. People start looking for answers. They don't just depend on WhatsApp forwards.
Hmm.
If they want to learn something, there is a world outside online world. So my only hope with the book Baithak is for because so many youngsters come that whatever you recommend, whatever you are saying, have you read that thing, or have you read from a physical copy of somebody who is good enough to understand? Is it a book by historian you are recommending, or is it a book by a Insta influencer? So my only hope that people start asking questions. They develop that scientific temper to ask, why is it wrong? Why am I not getting these many services? They hold government accountable. Like me, I also tell them that I'm not there as a DFO, Dumka. I'm there as a citizen, and they should ask me questions, but not in a public meeting. There are platforms, and you should ask questions to me. You should ask other people that what is government doing for you. So, and this is what I think that, and I have been actually a part of, I'll tell you a very small story. I was a part of adult literacy program few years back. So that ladies were not able to read. So in by 3 months they were able to read and write. What they did, you will not believe that one day while they were working on field and they were not given their due wages, they wrote a letter to deputy commissioner, and that became a news for the next day, and it gave me so much relief that maybe I could not deliver the results of adult literacy program of that to that extent, but those 4 or 5 or 10 women who had the courage to write a letter that my due wages were not given by a contractor, that was a big relief for
Yes.
that
Comes.
gave them the courage
Hmm.
that that I can write to a deputy commissioner to demand my thing. So and that's what I feel that here also, if young people and other people also, I'm also learning from them. There are things which I don't know about their culture. And when they tell me, I feel also elated that, okay, this I got to know today. So we feel more, I feel that all of us become more empathetic and more socially aware and economically aware.
तो इसमें आप ये बताइए सात्विक जी, किस तरह का रिस्पॉन्स आ रहा है? यूथ की तरफ से कैसा रिस्पॉन्स है और सीनियर सिटीजन, इन दोनों का
यूथ एंथुजियास्टिक है।
है?
यूथ एंथुजियास्टिक है। वो आते हैं, उनके पास आइडियाज हैं, उनको डिस्कस करना होता है, बिकॉज यूथ हैज एनर्जी। और अभी वो सीख रहा है, तो अगर किसी ने काउंटर बुक पढ़ी हुई है तो उनको लगता है कि मेरा व्यू पॉइंट कैसे गलत है। तो यूथ हैज एनर्जी
अच्छा।
and they are reading. They are reading. And with respect to elderlies, we don't get those many elderlies now, because what I personally feel, mostly uh, they get a free slot in the morning, actually 5 to 7 to visit the park. So I think they visit that time, and this 5 to 6 timing, they might not be that interested. So I don't know the exact reason, but till this time we have not received a very good presence of one or two. Sometimes do show up, but it's not. I'll say that they are more aware. Maybe because we tell about the book Baithaks through WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook.
अच्छा, ओके।
So because elderlies are not there, because we cannot get it printed every time on a newspaper. It's there on a park gate. It's there in the library also. But every
उनके
time
तक
reminder.
इंफॉर्मेशन इंफॉर्मेशन
Yes. So
उनके तक पहुंच नहीं पा रही है।
yes. So every time we are not able to remind them. So we are looking out for some suggestions and solutions
मे बी
to
सम
how to reach out.
वॉलंटियर, मे बी सम
Yes,
वॉलंटियर, यंग
that can
वॉलंटियर्स दैट कैन।
be done. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
As the Divisional Forest Officer of Dumka, you manage forest conservation, wildlife protection, and community engagement as well. Which aspect presents the most complex challenges on a day-to-day basis, and how do you prioritize among them?
First is always community management. Reaching out to them, meeting them, talking to them, and trying to convince them is the toughest task because you can't change someone's habit. You can't
Hmm.
change someone in a short span. You
हाँ,
can't change
takes time.
someone's, yes, and you can't ask them to shift their
Age old
lives.
mindset. Hmm.
Yes, yes. You can't change his old mindset and his daily. If his life is dependent on something
Hmm.
which you say is illegal, it's very difficult for them to understand. So, and if the once the community is energized, and if they are with you, no forest protection becomes so easy because it's always the people who tell that सर यहाँ पर पेड़ कट रहा है, यहाँ पर इस जानवर को बंदी बना लिया है. So the toughest is always the community management. And if you go to rural areas or to interiors, not to the suburbs, only urban areas, you'll find that these people are more or less environmentally conscious people. When I first came here, I realized you come with a mindset that I'm a urban person. I come from a शहर and I know so many things. But then you realize आप शहर में देखेंगे कि आपका प्रोटीन इंटेक की इतनी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं ये है. You go there, you see that very small family will go for fishing also. Someone will bring fishes. Someone they will have some chicken also at home. So they'll have eggs also, and it's not, and they are doing it every day. So it's not very costly for them.
Hmm.
So and their protein intake is okay. Yes, there are cases of malnourishment, and that is systematic failure. But if you ask me, these people are much more environmentally conscious. They are living much more sustainably than me and my other fellows. So if they are on board, we feel very happy. And there are cases where people have supported us. So we
Hmm.
have saved sometimes wildlife, sometimes a large chunk of forest because of them.
नाइस, ग्रेट. कितने साल हुए सात्विक जी आपको इधर दुमका में?
दुमका में 3 साल हो गए.
अ, तो लोग सिविल सर्वेंट्स के बारे में, उनके पर्सनल लाइफ के बारे में बहुत क्यूरियस रहते हैं क्योंकि उनका उनका पर्सनल लाइफ निकल के पब्लिक डोमेन में आ नहीं पाता है. सो कुड यू शेयर सम ऑफ योर हॉबीज और इंटरेस्ट आउटसाइड ऑफ वर्क? जब आप काम नहीं करते होते हैं तो क्या करते हैं, कैसे टाइम बिताते हैं?
अब तो सोशल मीडिया पे सब सारा पर्सनल लाइफ लोग डाल ही देते हैं. तो इट्स नॉट दैट
यू आर एक्टिव ऑन
वी
सोशल मीडिया?
yes I'm also a part of see
अपार्ट फ्रॉम
just
वर्क?
sorry.
अपार्ट फ्रॉम वर्क?
Yes, actually apart from work, when I'm not in the office, I'm just a normal guy. I love to go on scooty ride with my bike, and there is a kid also, so we go on that. And then I prefer to go out to have ice cream and golgappas and all those things. So we are see, I was brought up in Kanpur. I come from a middle class family,
हम्म.
and it's not that it's in service is not in my head as far as I think. So people who are asking or who like to know, there is no need to know. You are living your life. You are, all of us are living our own lives.
हम्म.
Just because ki someone has reached
हम्म.
higher echelons or they are in top tier, just because you can't see them, that doesn't mean they'll have something else. They'll have dined with some very big people, and they also eat dal chawal rice and roti. So and actually the question is very relevant because when I first came in I was also like acha ye bhi yahi khate hai kya.
हम्म.
So it doesn't matter. And as far as my hobbies goes, I prefer running and book reading. So these are the most hobbies which I follow. Otherwise, I go on tangential for a lot of things. I started skating, but I could not learn. Then I love learning languages also. So I know writing Urdu script, Bengali script. These are some of the hobbies which I have.
अच्छा, आपने उर्दू में लिखा है, लिखते हैं आप?
जी जी.
अच्छा, पोएम वगैरह।
हाँ, पोएम वगैरह मतलब आई कैन राइट पोएम, गजल एंड उर्दू स्क्रिप्ट मैंने सीखी थी बिकॉज आई लाइक द स्क्रिप्ट, आई
हम्म
लव द लिटरेचर, आई वांट टू read that literature, Manto or Faisal, Farasa, in their own script.
हम्म।
That will be so. That's why I started learning Bengali also. So yes, these are my personal hobbies. Apart from watching reels and movies
जी
and all.
जी बिल्कुल। अच्छा, now going back to mm, your educational experiences. So your earlier research experience spans institutions like Mahidol University, IIST, and BARC. Uh, how have these scientific experiences shaped your approach to problem solving in forest management and community initiatives?
That's a very tough question actually, Pragya ji, because when I was doing these researches, I realized that research is a tough job, which we do not give credit for.
Mm-hmm.
Research is one thing which requires innovation, constant support, and you can fail anytime. But what these institutions taught me that you need to ask questions. I will again go back to book better. That science is all about experiments.
Mm-hmm.
And in public life also, in it is not the first initiative which I tried to have in Dumka. There are other initiatives also. They were not that successful. So, or they were not, they could not create that long lasting impact. So, all these experiences taught me that you can have one experiment. If that fails, you can go on another experiment. If that fails, you can go on another experiment with little modification. So, and this is what I try to do. If had this failed, I would have tried something else.
या डेफिनेटली, जब तक आप हार नहीं मान लो तब तक आप मॉडिफिकेशन के साथ ट्राई करते रह सकते हैं।
हाँ, मतलब see, once you are in the service, for me, as a lot of people say that bureaucrats become reluctant because see, we have promotions lined up across over the years by age in government service that is there. But that actually gives me relief that okay, I can focus on something else
सम
also.
अदर थिंग्स या।
कि यहाँ पर आई एम ओके, आई एम गुड एट माई जॉब, बट आफ्टर जॉब हु एम आई कैन नॉट बी देयर फॉर तुमका ऑल द टाइम. Otherwise, I would have my name would be dear for Dumka. Then no, no Satwik. You can't meet Satwik. You will meet dear for Dumka only. So that's why I prefer to do. And the only difference is this is my hobby, and I try to make it available for others because I have those assets. Had I not had those assets, I might not have tried because it's very difficult to have a park under you and then you can decide who will get free ticket and not. So these are the freedoms that I enjoy as a public servant. And this I try to use for the people because it's the taxpayers' money that basically made that park. So that's how I use my matlab, blend public and private life.
जी, so you recommend this should be replicated in other districts also?
Yes, if you ask me, this is something which can bring change. Very small, but because what I realized over the period when we insisted on hard copies, I realized that people are not having that much money. For every 15 days, they are not able to spend 150 rupees or 200 rupees book. Then this idea of book that we should have a public library there. And if we have a public library in all the public parks across India, and so many people are going, if 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 they start keeping, my simple idea is if you start keeping a book, just like you keep a mobile, you will eventually read that book. कि यार अब तो रखी हुई है, आप पढ़ ही लेते हैं. वन डे, वन पेज अ डे, वन पेज अ डे. आप मोबाइल आधा घंटे बाद छोड़ दोगे. So my if we make that thing accessible, those people who are coming out to the park, and
Hmm.
if they do not have that strength, or sometimes you have that economic strength, you can buy from Amazon or any bookstore, but you do not have any intention. So if you somehow, see that, okay, this is there, let's read a few pages. You might not know, you might have read the whole book.
Hmm.
So this is, if this is replicated across India, then
That can
I
be a
can't,
change.
yes, this will be a very good thing.
So finally, now as we are inching towards the end of the interview, sort of, so what advice would you give to young professionals or aspiring bureaucrats about combining professional responsibilities with initiatives that promote culture, learning, and community engagement as well?
I'm also learning, Pragyaji, so I'll not advise anyone, but I'll just suggest that all of us have hobbies.
Hmm.
All of us. It doesn't matter where you are and what you do. If you just try to blend in, and if you have that capacity, if you have that authority where you can bring a change, why can't we just include other people also? For example, I'm planning to have a running club here also, so that because I run, they can also run, and it's just informal kind of thing, because it sends a wave in the society that, okay, new generation is doing this, new generation is doing this, and suppose someone is swimming, they can take along a few of other people, and because as a public servant we have authority,
Yeah, and people
people.
tend to emulate
Yes, yes,
civil servants. Hmm.
yes. So instead of so whatever you do,
Hmm.
and there are wonderful, uh, wonderful hobbies that people pursue nowadays. If you try to involve, and there are people, if four, five, when I started Book Better, it was a simple idea. And we actually kept one Insta influencer also. He was also interested. So our idea was very simple, that even if one person shows up in Book Better, we will conduct that. I was very certain, and he was afraid that sir, log nahi aayenge to kaise baithenge, kya karenge? And I was very certain, even if one person shows up,
Hmm.
I'll be there and we'll discuss the book. It is not about people, and it is not something. It is not an item song that you can expect people to come. And
Hmm.
it's not we are discussing about movies. They'll not come. Books are hard to sell.
Hmm.
So
और
instead
टाइम
of,
लगता है इस तरह के माइंडसेट में
yes.
चेंजेस लाने में टाइम लगता है.
So now when we are in 6th month of the running book battle,
अच्छा.
we have some people who come regularly,
हम्म.
and they are happy that they are coming. I am also happy that, see, we always, I'm in a transferable job. Bureaucrat is always get transferred. My idea is very simple, to build an institution like involving a Hindi professor, and he's a well-read guy. We are a good friend.
हम्म.
We are good friends, and he is there. He usually chairs the sessions, because I might not be there tomorrow,
हम्म.
but he will be
एक
here.
लोकल पर्सन शुड बी.
Yes. And that Instagram influencer person, he is also a good guy. He also reads. He is there to attract young people,
हम्म.
because nowadays nobody has time to call. He can, but he has that platform where a lot of people are already connected.
हम्म.
So he uses that platform to remind people that, okay, in next 2 weeks we will meet there. So these two people are an institution in itself. It doesn't matter now. After some time, the park will not be needed, because they can meet anywhere.
हम्म.
And out of this, if somebody goes somewhere else, they can start their own book club. It is
हम्म.
nothing monetary. We don't need anyone, but it's just a thought that, okay, we can also do it. That hand holding job is mine, but after that, they have to pull it off. So my simple suggestion, as my brotherly advice, that whatever we are doing, because people look up to us, and we have hobbies. All of us, most of maybe we do not have time. So, but if we have hobbies, and one thing I have already observed that if I don't go to the book Baithaks initially, when I was not, I was absent, they were still there because they knew that I was not there because of some reason. But if I say कि मैं नहीं आ पाऊंगा, तुम लोग करो और करते रहो और मैंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है, this is not going to change the behavior. Nobody comes.
हम्म
Nobody comes up जो जिनको पढ़ना है, बट ये रहता है कि सब लोग आएंगे। तो मैं आऊंगा, प्रोफेसर साहब रहेंगे, वो लड़का भी रहेगा, हम तीन एज अ टीम रहेंगे। हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि आप लोग कर लीजिए,
हम्म
हमको जरूरत नहीं है, आप लोग कर लीजिए, कोई भी नहीं आएगा।
जी
बट एक या दो आदमी भी आए तो हम लोग वहां पर थे। सो
हम्म
यू हैव टू शो अप। आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि मैं दूर से आई विल सपोर्ट, आई विल गिव यू
नहीं
बुक्स,
नहीं,
यू
यू
कैन
हैव टू
रीड।
बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट इनिशिएटिव।
Yes, they should feel that yes, there is someone who is holding this institution together. After that, after some time, after a year or so, whatever time you have in the district or wherever you are, after that you can detach.
हम्म
But that feeling that okay, we are not alone here. That if something goes wrong, somebody will correct the other person. Women should feel comfortable while sitting because my wife also goes with me. So there are other
क्या
females also
क्या
that
रेशियो रहता है सर जेंडर का, मेल
it's
फीमेल?
I would say 60-40 sometimes 70-30. But
हम्म
college girls भी आती हैं. I told you there's a girl from 11th class. She came with her mom and we invited her. There is no bar because I understand she cannot let her daughter go alone around 5 to 6 p.m.
हम्म
So, and the best part, when we were discussing the book, mom was equally interested.
हम्म
कि अच्छा सर ये कौन सी किताब। सो दैट आई फेल्ट वेरी गुड कि हमने टारगेट किसको किया और कौन इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ।
बिल्कुल।
तो वो सेफ्टी का
कोई
फैक्टर।
उम्र का कोई वैसा कोई
हाँ,
बाउंडेशन नहीं है, सारे लोग
हाँ,
बेनिफिटेड हो रहे
सारे
हैं।
लोग इनवाइटेड हैं, आप माँ के साथ आइए, आपके साथ कई लोग, जैसे होता है कि डर के चलते एक और आदमी को लेके आते हैं कि पता नहीं हमसे कुछ पूछ तो नहीं लेंगे।
हम्म
सो तो हमने कहा हम किसी से आपको अगर पहला या दूसरा सेशन सिर्फ सुनना है तो आप सुनिए।
हम्म
There is no, we are not going to question you, not your, we are not going to influence your ideology or whatever, कि आपने आज एक्सरसाइज नहीं की, आपने आज ऐसे ये खाना खा लिया, हम ये सब नहीं करेंगे। अगर किसी ने अच्छी कोई हैबिट्स की किताब पढ़ी है, वो बता रहा है, दैट्स हिज जॉब। वो फॉलो कर रहा है नहीं कर रहा है वो उसकी जिम्मेदारी है, बट वी मेक श्योर दैट ही डज नॉट पैटर्नलाइज कि भाई आप लोगों को ये करना चाहिए।
हम्म
दैट्स वेयर वी कम इनटू द पिक्चर कि आप किसी को मत बताओ कि आपको करना क्या है, कि आप ये खाना खाओ, आप सुबह एक्सरसाइज करो, आप पीपल हैव इनफ ऑफ दिस थिंग नाउ ऑन देयर मोबाइल, इनफ। एवरी टाइम वी गेट टू नो कि वी हम में ये कमी है, मेरा रंग ऐसा है, मेरा हाइट ऐसा है, हम मेरा वेट ज्यादा है, बहुत सारी चीजें। वी आर जस्ट देयर टू अप्रिशिएट कि यार आपने पढ़ा, वी क्लैप फॉर यू, दैट्स इट।
ग्रेट, ग्रेट सात्विक जी, आपसे बात करके एक्चुअली बड़ा अच्छा लगा।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
So, thank you so much for coming on Bureaucrats India platform and giving us this information about this interesting initiative, Book Baithak. So, we would like to connect with you again whenever possible. तब तक के लिए नमस्कार।
बहुत धन्यवाद, थैंक यू प्रज्ञा जी, यहाँ पर बुलाने के लिए और मेरा आइडिया सुनने के लिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू।
Thank you so much.